Hello everybody, JayborinoPlays here, welcome back. It's Insurrection Remastered, heading into Mission 4, Atkinson Airfield. There are rebels surrounding the Atkinson Airfield. It's up to Tsunami to eliminate them. Kill them all. Everyone's favorite lunatic returns Friday nights, 7 p.m., 6 Central. You know, if Insurrection was a television show, it would be aired on Friday night, because that's the night that all the bad stuff comes on.
The installation's been destroyed.
Excellent work, Jack. But the situation is worse than we thought. The rebels have dug their tendrils deeply into the local communities. The threat is far from over. Most importantly, our agents have spotted rebels near the Atkinson Airfield. You know what that means, don't you?
It means I've done what I said I would do, Bill. The rest is up to you.
But we need you, Jack. Where are you going?
That's my business, Bill. I've done my duty. I'm tired of fighting.
Jack, get back here! You're gonna regret this, Jack. Damn it. Sergeant Tsunami?
Yes, Marshal.
The Atkinson Corporation has long been in the business of developing military technology. It is suspected that the rebels may be claiming a shipment of aircraft from the corporation. I'm placing you in charge of the foray to stop this transaction. By any means necessary. We can't have the rebels take to the skies.
The rebels shall be ground to dust beneath my feet.
He's just an asshole. He doesn't need any explanation. He's just a big jerk. Eliminate the rebel influence, watch Atkinson Corporation. If guilty, destroy the Atkinson Corporation. And then Charlie Vane is here. Tsunami and Charlie Vane. Tsunami just has one name. He's just named after a natural disaster. And then Charlie Vane, a graceful, quiet entrance for everyone's favorite Wraith pilot.
Yes, sir?
Okay, I guess let's get started.
Orders, Captain?
I thought they said something here at the beginning.
Shouldn't we determine if the rumors are true, sir?
Kill them all.
Yes, sir.
Indeed.
Vane, ready to
So,
rock
Charlie Vane,
and roll.
5 ship armor, destroy the Atkinson Airfield. Right, so no more of that if they're guilty garbage. So,
Orders, Captain?
I think it was clever of the original campaign to do that, where it's like, oh, well, you know, if they're guilty, then destroy them. What's going on with these? It's got, like, missile turrets up here? Like, what? Why? Weird. Okay, well, we do have another base that's revealed to us, and I think I'll just take my heroes and go down there and see if there's an enemy base, if we can just take it or not. Some things never change.
Tsunami ready. Yes, sir.
Job's finished.
Yes, Marshal. Yes, sir. Yes, Marshal. Tsunami ready. The rebels shall be ground to dust beneath my feet. Yes, Marshal. Tsunami ready.
I was waiting to see if maybe he had some flavor responses. He had the rebels shall be ground to dust beneath my feet, I suppose. Okay, so where's Charlie Vane? He's already down here.
Name's Vane.
The name's Vane. I think Charlie Vane. Okay, Devours Children.
Some
My
things
favorite.
never
All right,
change.
he's the classic.
Those sound
He
like
deserves
we
credit.
You?
He's
I'd
excellent.
be
But
honest with you.
Charlie Vane comes in at a close, very close
Hello?
second.
Anybody home?
Probably near tied, if you ask me. Okay, so I thought this was the mission where the rebels
Vane, ready
send
to
like
rock
endless
and
waves. They
roll.
have like random barracks that just spawn units forever. I also think this might be the one where you could randomly just not siege tank. You just can't get siege tanks. Like, you can get tanks, but you, for reasons unknown, you just couldn't upgrade them. I think it was something like that, which is hilarious to me. So I guess let's just, let's start teching up. The faster the better, I suppose. Let's go. I don't know how high we can tech, but we'll find out.
Yes, sir?
Let's also grab an academy. We got this coming up here.
Yes, Marshal.
Tsunami's... He's a little weaker than Charlie Vane. I mean, he does a boatload of damage, but only 4 armor and 600 HP compared to
Anybody
Charlie
home?
Vane, which is absurd. So we have to destroy this entire base, plus there's a rebel base behind it, I think, that we have to destroy as well. So I'm not sure if the implication is that they actually were rebels. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Vane ready to rock and roll. So, if you haven't been watching my StarCraft 1 series, you may be unfamiliar with this, but a long time ago when I originally played Insurrection, I came up with the fun headcanon theory that Charlie Vane is Matt Horner. Matt Horner is Charlie Vane. Charlie Vane setting himself apart again, a nice quiet entrance, really making it clear what kind of person he is right from the beginning by making it clear that he doesn't want to just outright kill civilians. How very noble of him, right?
Never change.
But okay, I guess we don't want to spoil it because we're just playing the campaign now, but let's just say that at the end of this campaign, our heroes may need a reason to escape. And Charlie Vane, he's on the run. Charlie Vane's on the run, and he bails out of his wraith, and he becomes everyone's favorite admiral. Now a very high position of dominance within the Terran Dominion. Was once Charlie Vane, is now Matt Horner. It's canon. As far as I'm concerned, it's canon. Blizzard hasn't denied it. They haven't denied Insurrection is canon or not either, so I'm going to say it is. I mean, not in... Oh, okay. Well, Insurrection would have to be canon for Charlie Vane to be Matt Horner. So that's what this is all about. I think the layout of this has been changed, or maybe this wasn't the mission that I'm thinking of it. And maybe this isn't the mission that I'm thinking of, because I thought this was the one where they just send waves and waves of units. Or has this been flipped? Maybe the original you start down here, and then those rebels come and attack you from like this random direction. Maybe I just don't remember. We can get siege tech this time, and I'm pretty sure in the original version of this map you just couldn't get it. Or maybe I'm thinking of the next mission. My memory is a bit hazy. I think the fact that we took this base early was a smart one.
Did someone page me?
Let's just go in and get another medic and some more Marines. Firebat's actually really effective against these large groups of Marines, that's for sure. So I don't want to discount that. Actually going to be quite useful. I do want to saturate the second gas, but we don't need gas that much. We'll get it started, but we don't need to saturate it. Caduceus reactor early on, not a bad choice. And then just keep getting some extra Marines. You know what? There's no point in having a firebat in this bunker. Just do this. It's only useful against Zerg, Zealots, and other firebats, so no point. But these firebats are real beefy, keep in mind, so they're pretty useful in that respect. So let's grab an armory. Let's grab siege tech. We probably just... No, never mind, it worked! We had just enough money. And then we'll try to upgrade our tanks specifically. So let's hotkey our comsat and just start scanning our way to where we need to start going. We have to push through this. Probably just use Charlie Vane to get rid of these tanks, if you ask me. He's extremely strong. Can he cloak? I mean, there's turrets, but it doesn't matter. He's so strong. I think he can handle these tanks. How much damage does he do? 30 damage. If we just get rid of these tanks, we can bomb our way into this base.
I'd be honored to kill.
You? I'd be honored to
like
kill.
Risky odds.
Let's see. Oh my god, it's so good.
Some things never change.
Got him. Keep in mind the enemy firebat's also really
Rock
strong.
and roll. It's gonna be a big one.
So basically what I'm saying is, just keep in mind Charlie Vane's future role. I think his his role in this campaign is a good one. That represents his future role in keeping the sector together. Okay. Repair. We should just set up a bunker over here as well. Repair. We'll repair Charlie Vane. We'll go and take care of that next. And I guess let's rally everything down here. I just queued up a boatload of tanks, and you know what? We need them. If we can afford them, we might as well do it. And then we can grab... Oh, you need a science facility for that. Whoops. I thought it was an armory. We are not playing StarCraft 2. Okay, and then repair Charlie Vane. Charlie Vane! I found myself calling Matt Horner Charlie Vane in StarCraft 2 rather than the other way around. He will forever be Charlie Vane. So iQuare, another custom campaign creator, or custom content maker, if you will, created a series of campaigns called Salvation, where it focuses on Matt Horner. And then the beginning of the campaigns focuses on Charlie Vane escaping from this planet and then becoming Matt Horner, which is neat. So it's just kind of a little Easter egg at the beginning, and then the rest of it focuses on Rainer's Raiders, which is... It's neat. It's a neat little thing. Right, let's set this up. We can actually siege. We can research it and actually use it. That's great. And I'll get Charon boosters because I'm a greedy piece of shit who researches Brood War tech, even though we're not in Brood War. That some people will complain about, but that's okay. Actually, I don't think anyone's complained about it yet. I don't know. I haven't released Mission 3 yet as of the day that I'm recording this, so it's very possible someone's going to complain. But, you know, it's like a one-off. I think
You?
most people just
I'd be
don't
honored
care.
to
They just
kill.
genuinely don't care.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't care, good for you.
You?
Continue to not care.
Honored to kill. It's
I'll
gonna
take
be
your
a
silence as not caring. Is his range increased too? I gotta remember that the enemy missile turrets also
like
do
this
a
beyond.
boatload of extra damage.
You? I'd be honored to kill.
Yes, sir.
You? I'd be honored to kill. Let's get another barracks down here as well. Load this up.
Rock and roll.
Okay, what else can we make this mission? We can make, oh, well, I won't make Valkyries. That's, I might draw the line there. I feel like that's maybe a little too good.
Reporting for duty.
Let's get a second armory, more tanks.
Not enough minerals.
It's a lot of tanks. All of these fellas, we're gonna move down here, and then we're just gonna set up a tank up here to protect us. And I think now that we got rid of the Atkinson tanks, we should be able to just kind of roll into this base. They've got a lot of stuff here, but again, as well, they got another tank back here too. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to that one. We're just gonna have to bomb on top of it with our heroes and such.
Upgrade complete.
Keep in mind our bunkers and our missile turrets also get upgraded from our vehicle plating. So that's why I'm getting a second armory. That's gonna be worth trying to get to very quick. Oh, that's cool. Great. You didn't
Orders, Captain.
you didn't actually start building. That's very, very good of you. So the attacks are pretty large. It might be worth going ahead and setting up extra tanks in these locations. We're gonna need them. We got more coming up anyway, so let's just start setting up more.
Sir. Job finished.
Supply depots, wherever they'll fit, really. Okay, and I think I have enough SCVs. I could probably afford a couple more, but for now, we're probably fine. Yeah, see, they're trying to go kind of up there. Yeah, the Atkinson group is, like, directly attacking us as well. Just lead with Tsunami. We'll get him in there, and he can kill that last tank.
Some things never change.
Charlie Vane! Yeah, it's funny looking back how much I liked Charlie Vane, and as it turns out, he's just... He just enters, there's no explanation, he's just kind of there. I guess he's just meant to be that semi-counterpoint to Tsunami, but I don't know, it's weird. You're kind of trying to pin the tail on the donkey if you're trying to guess what the heck was happening with these with this story in general again. And the game is from 1998, so I don't know, like what you can't really ever guess. Even the original StarCraft is riddled with plot holes and such, and I think a lot of people just hold it against a favorable nostalgia factor when they look back on it. But I mean, but my view on it is, it's an old game. Like your expectations should not be very high. It's just very, very old. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Let's just keep making Marines. Is that blasphemy to say? I think it is. People are gonna be mad. They won't be mad, but people will try to come back and say that it's a true gem. You look, some things just don't hold up well to time. In fact, most things don't hold up well to time. And the only reason that you look back favorably upon them is because you saw them when you were younger, in a time when they were still considered glorious, I think. I don't know. I think it's an interesting topic for debate, though. You know, because some things are timeless classics. Just ancient pieces of art. Not ancient, that's silly, but just pieces of art, things like that where they have siege. Ah, maybe the enemy doesn't have siege. The advantage is to us in terms of siege tech, but I guess like when you're looking at things from like, oh, the 80s, that's too soon. I think that's stuff where you start hitting a point where things haven't really been. I guess. I'm trying to think of the way to say this, but that's not disrespectful. But I think time is the best way to marinate a piece of art, right? So something from very long ago, if it still stands up and we still consider it today, like the Mona Lisa, perhaps, that implies it stood the rigors. The movie Terminator 2, agreed, good film, but it hasn't been enough time for us to judge if it's honestly something that would stand the true test of time. Especially with the way digital media works these days, I think the way that we consider time, like 10, 20 years, seems like a very long time to us. But in terms of civilization, it's extremely short, so it's hard to say. Again, like, media from the 80s, The Empire Strikes Back, Terminator 2, RoboCop, these classic action films that we consider to be the best, right? They were pinnacles of their genre. I would agree that they're pinnacles of their genre, but what I would argue against is, are they truly timeless classics? We can say that now because we're only 35 years later, but in 50 years, will anyone remember these films? We don't know. But when we look back on art that are in museums, it belongs in a museum. Are people going to go through the British Museum in 100 years and there's just going to be a continual loop of Terminator 2 playing? I don't know. It sounds absurd. It certainly sounds absurd, but we don't know. We don't know what the future holds. That's the interesting thing. There's so much media. Can you imagine being a modern historian?
Upgrade complete.
I think ancient and medieval historians, their work is certainly a challenge, but it's cut out for them. They have sources, and it's up to archaeologists to provide them with new sources. But if you're like in 100 years, how can you truly measure history from the different perspectives that are currently happening? There's no way you can, because everybody at this point has the opportunity to make history in some fashion, whereas in the past, only rich, literate people could. So you have that one perspective. And the interesting thing about reviewing the past is, you know, how do we review what really happened in the past when we only have these certain perspectives? Now we have a flood of perspectives to the point where it must be a nightmare to try to puzzle our way through all of them. Like, imagine, again, you know, you're looking at ancient China. The only people that you can study as primary sources are people that could write, which is fairly rare. So that's the only perspective. So the real thing that you have to puzzle out is, what was life like for everyone else who couldn't write? Because the only context you have for those people are from the people that could write, right? So you kind of, you know, you're kind of opening the door for some anachronistic thinking. Extremely interesting. But look at our current day and age. You know, what is how do you measure history from the time we currently live? I'm just trying to fill the void here. I'm asking the tough questions while we're playing StarCraft Insurrection Remastered. Truly something thought-provoking enough. Charlie Vane and Tsunami are here. Tsunami's wanting to kill civilians. Charlie Vane saying, no, maybe we shouldn't, we should think about it, but he's still following orders. Truly thought-provoking. But I ask these, you know, these historical questions, perspectives in history, anachronistic thinking, and you're like, Jayborino, look, I got a lot on my plate already. Tsunami's trying to kill these civilians. It's really, it's bothersome. It's bothersome to me. I don't like what he's doing. It's. I got a lot on my mental and emotional plate right now. So please don't challenge my thinking on the way that we view history, please. I understand, viewer. All right, I'm sorry. I apologize. I take it all back. Maybe next episode we'll be asking the tough questions. Can we kill this tank, please? It's probably the only thing that's truly standing between us and pushing into this base. Oh, all right, let's. I guess we should move. I should have had Vane up there in the first place. Let's move on in. We just need to get these tanks up in the front. I think this sort of happened in my original playthrough where I pushed into this base, but then it just became more and more of a chore to actually finish it up. So let's make sure that we move on. I'm trying to double-click these tanks. Thank you. Okay. Oh, there were a lot of siege tanks in here. That's right. Okay, Charlie Vane, please be so careful. Where is Tsunami?
Yes, sir.
I thought I had him hotkeyed, but I don't know where he is right now. There are a bunch of tanks in here. We'll use Charlie Vane to pick them off. There he is. I was like, Jesus, where is this guy? This is killing me. Okay, and then let's just rally everything up here and just make more Marines. And more Marines, and then more tanks. Marine tank. A timeless classic. You know what? I think it is the next mission where you randomly couldn't siege your tanks. And the reason that I think that is the case is because in this mission you can siege your tanks. So it made absolutely no sense why you couldn't do it before, or why you can't do it later, but you could do it before. It makes zero sense. So it's all coming back to me. Let's get some SCVs up here to start repairing specifically my heroes. And Charlie Vane, let's see if we can pick off these tanks. Please, please, okay.
Anybody home?
Okay.
It's gonna be a big one.
It's gonna be a big one. I think this is their only production, so we just gotta get in here. Do we have any static defense? Like, it honestly would be worth just making a single turret here so that I don't have to worry about scanning so much.
The name's Vane.
Okay, and then we've got Marines flooding in, and more Marines flooding in. I might just even set up a barracks over here. Oh, look at this. That would have been nice. Okay, let's get ready to move on up. I think there's more spider mines. They're everywhere. Okay, now we can inch up. We've gotten rid of the majority of the units that are in this base. I'm pretty sure. And let's scan here and get rid of spider mines as we find them. There we go. The fact that the fire bats are tankier means that they're going to get on top of enemy units, and they're going to get on top of enemy units and force my own tanks to kill my own stuff, like they just did. That's actually a very interesting way that we have to approach these maps now. Okay, let's try to keep these other wraiths alive. And then just throw down some turrets. We're commandeering the airfield, basically, is what's happening here. Seems like a lot of these buildings aren't even being produced out of anymore, which is nice. As long as they don't have tanks, probably fine. I keep thinking about this history topic that I brought up. I think it's intriguing. Imagine if, say you've passed away, and I'm not trying to be morbid about it. Say you pass away in 60 years of old age, but the only record of your life is told through something your mother wrote when you were 5 years old, and you nothing of your own works ever made it. You know, that's the way people think of you in the future is going to be extremely skewed. I don't know. I think it's a fascinating topic. That's why history is extremely important. People make fun of liberal arts sometimes. These are the kind of questions that keep it extremely pertinent. People forget about that. That's how you try not to at least repeat history. Though I don't think history repeats as much as people think. Typically the context of, like, it seems like events may be the same in the past and relate to things that happen now, but in reality, the context is almost always different, even though the events themselves seem similar. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. There's a science vessel. All right, what do we actually... Oh, yikes. I think we killed that mine. What do we realistically have to do here? That's what I haven't been asking myself. That's the real hard question of this episode. What the heck do we really have to do here? I've destroyed the airfield. I guess I have to destroy all the production buildings, and hopefully not all of the supply depots. Hopefully not. We don't know for sure. I've got all these units that are just streaming in from across the map. That's pretty exciting. Oh, look at this! The enemy hits us from behind. Let's see. Charlie Vane, where are you?
Vane, ready to rock and roll.
We need you, buddy. We've never needed you more than right at this moment. The hero... These men are risking their lives. Charlie Vane, can you save at least a couple of them? I mean, I could. The man who told them to go there probably didn't have to do that. Probably could have saved them, but you know what? It's okay. They did what they had to do, which was to run in needlessly and die. Did they have to do that? I don't know. Let's see. Let's scan. Siege up here. Yeah, there's one more barracks. I don't think it's a requirement to destroy all the supply depots anymore, so that's why I'm not that concerned about doing that.
Yes, sir.
Oh my god, cloaked wraiths. Stop. Please. Just keep scanning. Is there another set of starports? Like, where are these all coming from? Come on. Nice. Tsunami's in there. I mean, he's doing wonderful damage. It's really going to be a shame when we have to murder him, only because he's a Goliath with really good stats.
Hello? Anybody home?
But he's fantastic.
It's gonna be a big one.
Can't deny that. It's just too bad that he has 0 morals. Well, okay, wait, that's not true. It's not that someone doesn't have any morals, it's that they don't have... Like, when you talk about morals, does that mean they have to be objectively good in the way that we as a society think of them, or does it mean you have poor morals? I would say he's not ethical, because that's a little more easily defined. What do we... This episode's been crazy. My mind... I'm all over the place tonight. I'm all over the place. Alright. Marines. And I built this, but it's probably going to get destroyed by white as they try to flank us. Ah, okay, so there's more of Atkinson up here. Is there another tank over here? Is that what it was? No. This might be the last thing up here. Oh, wow, that medic made it.
Need medical attention?
I just want to kill this mine. It has the potential to murder us. No! Well, that was fitting at that exact moment that had to happen. Okay. Now, again, I'm hopeful that I don't have to destroy literally everything.
Big one.
Let's move on up. And you know what? Let's just move up with this as well. There's another base we can take, and we shouldn't need it because we're floating so much money. I was distracting myself talking about extremely unrelated things, which is why I'm probably taking longer on this map than I needed to, but that's okay. So here's the rebel influence. It's not going to be very indicative on whether we actually succeeded in completely wiping out the airbase. I'd rather go and get rid of White's production ability than anything else. You know what? I think I will just make a command center here so we can make more SCVs. And let's just scan the rebels and figure out which way we want to go, because they're like holed up in here like a bunch of rats. Okay, so let's... Do I have any more SCVs up here? It looks like no. This is why I wanted to make more. Okay, Mr. SCV, why don't you come up and repair some of these tanks that really need it? There's another spider mine there. Wait. Are they neutral now? Nah, I had hoped they would be neutral.
Main ready to rock and roll.
Okay, let's just send a small detachment and tsunami over here to get rid of this stuff. Wait, so why can I see the mines if they're not neutral anymore?
Your forces are under attack.
It's actually extremely confusing to me. Did he just one-shot Wraiths? He does 72 damage. Wait, he must be two-shotting them, or is that per missile? I don't know. Kill this civilian. He's a witness. He knows what we've done. Look, I'm not saying I agree with it. It's in the mission objectives, though. I've played Spec Ops: The Line. I understand this idea that we shouldn't necessarily just be following game objectives because they're on the screen, all right? I put the thought into that. But then I thought, oh, wait, I'm actually just playing a game, so it doesn't matter.
Anybody home?
Did someone page me?
Yes, Marshal.
Okay, I'd like to finish this, please. And then we'll make a turret. Again, we just need that persistent vision. We can get another comset station here, which we're going to need.
Yes, sir.
I would like to just move into these canyons, or start to.
Yes, Marshal.
My barracks never made it. Can move up all my production, honestly. Oh my god. Cool it with these raids. Cool it. I can only imagine that the original game was like this, or yeah, the original map was like this too. I don't... you know what? I'm honestly not sure. This probably was not the one that I was thinking of, where the enemy is spawning in endless waves, though I imagine that would have been something that Vorgozz would have removed. I can't be sure about that, but it's something like just dumb enough from the original that I'm almost certain he would have gotten rid of it. Marines. We gotta make Marines to run into the grinder. That's pretty much it. You know what? Make fire bats. They're really good. They get on top of tanks and make them kill themselves, basically, if there's overlapping tank fire.
Orders, sir.
Okay, this is where we're gonna start pushing in.
Sir. Identify target.
And I want to say that this is the one.
Yes, sir.
I want to say that this is the one that we originally couldn't siege it, but that we inexplicably couldn't siege it. Now we can. That's good. And Goliaths would have been nice, but we haven't really needed them. Let's just make more tanks to replace the ones that we're inevitably going to lose. Please, land.
Sir.
Don't block it, Tsunami. You asshole. Perfect, classic Tsunami right there.
Identify target.
Okay.
Move it.
And there's just tanks littered throughout this area as well. Siege up here.
Did someone page me?
The name's Vane.
Name's Vane.
I'd be honored to kill.
Oh, it worked. Okay. Oh, well, I guess they can just scan. It doesn't matter, though. We're killing it. I love Charlie Vane's increased range. That is awesome. Okay, Marines. It looks like this is the main base area. I hear the tank sieging.
You, I'd be honored.
Nope.
On my way.
This is just an absolute meat grinder at this point. They're not locking me down, which is extremely important. As you can see, they're basically wiping the floor with me, though. This is why I made a bunch of other tanks.
Yes, sir.
I think we have an opportunity here. They have ghosts that can cloak. That's irritating to me. Just Charlie Vane just hit these tanks. God, why do they have so many? Oh my God! How irritating. There, okay, they're gone, and I think our heroes alone can probably start pushing through this at least.
Your forces are under attack.
Marines.
Did someone page
I think we want to make another barracks up here and a factory.
I'd be honored,
Okay, well, we found some of their production, so the goal here now is to just make sure our heroes don't die.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be a big
Let's just have him hold position. Let's just have our heroes hold position for now. Let's make a bunch of medics to come and rally up here, and maybe they'll get some
Hello? Anybody home?
they'll get some energy buildup while we wait. We have more tanks moving in. There we go. Okay.
Upgrade complete.
Some things never change.
I hear tanks sieging up.
Forces are under attack.
Look at this! Oh, get out of here. They're only 2-1. We do have a very, very mild
Identify target. Move it.
upgrade advantage over them. I do remember having some trouble with this map the very first time I played it, so it's not like this is
Upgrade complete.
unique. Let's make Goliaths back here. And we'll make tanks here.
Your forces are under attack.
Here I was joking about, like, oh, we're not going to need to take another base. Well, what do you know?
Hello? Anybody home?
Charlie Vane, your only job is to kill tanks at this point with your extreme range. You know, we should upgrade his weapons. He could kill these just a little bit faster.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God!
Sound like it's the odds.
Fire bats
Ready
with
to
defense
rock
matrix.
and roll.
Absurd. Okay, ship weapons. We'll finish up vehicle plating. We'll get more wraiths, I guess. And I don't really have an answer to this until we get fully set up, and we're not. And we're just like trying to stay set up, but the enemy is reinforcing quick enough that we can't really retain an like a foothold in this area. So I'm just gonna keep making stuff, get another barracks here, and get more tanks. And we don't need to max out, but we need more units at this point. We can't, we just can't progress until we get more units out. It seems like the enemy is disallowed from making Brood War units, which is interesting. Do the same thing here and get a few turrets. And let's just wait for some rallies, and then we'll push to the right. I mean, we can start inching to the right. I think we've cleared out most of this stuff, but I really love our improved heroes. It really stands out with how good they are. Really standds out. I love it.
Need medical attention?
Some things never change.
Okay, keep going. Basically gonna leapfrog tanks all the way over to the right and get rid of their ability to produce these tanks. And I think they're coming from the bottom right, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, repair. I think that SUV is doing a good job there attacking. Okay, I think it's working. It truly is working.
Ready to rock
Meanwhile, I
and
think we have a
roll.
bunch of units that are just sitting here. Yep. Make more Marines, make more tanks. Get them up here. Okay. Maximum pressure for maximum damage output. I don't know. I was thinking something was going on in my head there. It didn't quite click. Maximum pressure for something. Okay, cool. Sieging away. Let's unsiege and keep inching. Get rid of that factory and then the command center, and then I think we've got it.
Your forces are under attack.
There we go. And then inch up with everybody, especially the heroes. I'm trying to actually keep them in the front because they have been incredibly invaluable at this point. Thought I saw a cloaked wraith, but that might have just been Charlie Vane shooting. So I'll just keep making turrets. It's a weird strategy, but the fact that we can't make any mobile detection is fine for me. The question is, what do we really have to hunt down in this base? See, like, I think this is where the tanks were coming from, is this area down here, so that's why it's kind of my focus right now. There's obviously a barracks somewhere further up as well.
Your forces are under attack.
Okay. We come and repair this guy. There we go. We're right on top of all their production, though, so I think they're pretty much done. Yike-a-roonskis. Well, oh yeah, we did. We found the other.
Be a big one.
Let's hunt these things down. Actually, no, we don't necessarily have to. Let's just get rid of this.
I'd be honored to kill.
This group, I should say.
Your forces
There
are
we go.
under
That's their main set of production. So let's unsiege and then move up.
upgrade
Vein
complete.
ready to rock.
Now, in
again.
theory, we shouldn't have to come down here at all, unless we also have to destroy armories. And you know what? I bet we do. So let's just inch down here and get rid of this cluster. Then we can cut upwards. But I cannot stress how much of a relief it is to know that I don't have to kill literally everything. A relief. Is this bunker
Your forces are
loaded?
under attack.
No, it's not. Okay, good. Why don't we come up here and start sieging this down, and then we'll cover you with my units that I just built, and Tsunami. Get out of here, Firebat. I'm actually really grateful for how good Firebats are now. I just have to start utilizing them myself.
Did someone page
Okay,
me?
good. This is done.
Need medical attention?
Hello? Anybody?
Everybody
home?
can now divert up into this canyon area. Just go.
Where does it hurt?
Okay, yeah, the amount of tanks and then the Firebats that were getting defense matrixed actually caused a huge problem for us. Which is interesting, again, when there are just minor unit stat changes that kind of hit you unexpectedly and you don't really think about how that's going to affect your game. Really interesting.
The name's Vein.
Did this thing defense matrix itself? I think we did it. Okay, yeah, we did. Okay, so that definitely confirms missile turrets and supply depots are not required to be destroyed, and I kind of wish I would have left the armory and or academy alive to test those as well. I suppose Vorgozz can clarify now in the comments what exactly he's changed. But yeah, this is a tough mission. It took a while. Asked some hard-hitting questions as well. I don't know, man. Anyway, interesting introduction for Tsunami, and Tsunami, the natural disaster, who has no last name, and Charlie Vane. Charlie Vane! All right, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.